And we are back. Pokemon White 2 Hardcore Nuzlocke. We're only using Fire-type Pokemon here. In the wake of losing Volcarona in the Reversal Mountain last episode, we are here to collect our Camerupt first encounter, and we are just shifting around trying to make sure no one else dies to a Camerupt once again here. But we're going to go ahead and secure this encounter, and that'll give us a team of 6 once again. And right after this, we're going to have to take on our rival right there at Undella Town. So I'm very curious to see if we can beat him without losing anyone else as well. So let's see what happens. All right, let's do it. Let's take on Hugh here, our rival, and see if we can take him down without any casualties. The Unpheasant comes down. We're going to lean heavily into the Darumaka strats here. Nimbasa with the Belly Drum. Let's see if we can proc this and maybe get a Citrus Berry. But actually, our HP is on a weird number, so I think you actually needed an even HP to proc the Citrus since our health bar is still green. But we will take it as Unpheasant gets greedy for the Razor Wind, charging up a turn. So Nimbasa is actually free in that regard. However, the Samurott comes down and has a super effective stab Aqua Jet. And on top of that, I do believe he is equipped with the Mystic Water buffing water type move. So I do not think we can live an Aqua Jet from that range. And we are 100% dead to a critical hit. So Nimbasa, she is hurting. Now, if Samurott doesn't go for Aqua Jet, I do believe we could one shot no problem. But I don't want to risk it. So let's swap into Celestial here, our Chandelier. And the Aqua Jet does come down. So I do believe Nimbasa would have fallen. But that really nice physical defense on the Ghost Chandelier here is beautiful, and we're going to lean into a energy ball, but we are going to have to play around this second Aqua Jet critical, but thankfully we do live it, and we lean into the super effective energy ball, and it is enough to put down the ace, the starter on Hugh's side. Beautiful stuff there. Way to work around, even though our first and initial plan did not work. It's nice to finally get a plan B that wasn't insane. Semi-Sage is here and ready to go. We just pivot into Verbank. Our Arcanine now looking good there. We tank that no problem, and the monkey is giving us the thumbs up for execution as we take him down and end up defeating our rival without too many issues. Wasn't the cleanest, but I will absolutely take it. All right, time for the 7th gym battle against Drayden. And bro, we got those pro level strats. We have got this in the bag. I'm sitting here like, I can't wait to see the 8th gym and see how this goes. But real quick, Seaside comes in with the yawn. We're going to put the Dredagon to sleep here. We're leaning heavily into the FlygonHG strats. He knows what he's doing, so maybe we do as well. We're going to put the big dragon to sleep. We get a Rock Slide there for extra chips, setting up the Arcanine for a potential sweep as we hold on the Rocky Helmet, bringing Dredagon into range. Beautiful stuff. Our own Camerupt doing absolute work here. The Arcanine comes down, the Fire Wolf, the Fire Lion here, and Dredagon's just chilling, sleeping on the job. And if we use Outrage now, we're going to end up getting confused, and then we might not be able to kill the Haxorus, so let's not do that. Let's just lean into a Crunch. We have a high attack set. This should be no problem. And Dredagon tanks that with no issue. On top of that, Dredagon wakes up. So we are hurting. Drayden does come in for the Hyper Potion, giving us an extra turn here, but another Crunch comes down. But as you can see, that is not enough either. So we are in a very precarious situation. We can't start swapping around. This was the game plan. We were just going to outrage the next 2 Pokemon. And so this is a quick disclaimer for EV training. I don't believe I put any physical damage effort values on the Arcanine. We maxed out the speed stat, which was fantastic, but I got a little impatient, and I I really should have put down a lot more Pat Rats or someone like that gives you those attack EVs. But as you're about to see, that is going to be the difference. As we get rid of the Dredagon, no problem. We go in for the super effective Outrage, and this should be a clean one-shot with the Expert Belt on top. And you're telling me 1 HP. Give me 4 Pat Rats. Give me 4 Pat Rats. What's 4 Pat Rats between friends? And that's going to cost us the run. We can't one-shot the Flygon because I didn't put any juicy attack EVs onto Verbank, and Verbank falls, and at this point, I'm just laughing hysterically. I'm like, bro, I spent so much time on this attempt, and I still blew it, which just means we're going to have to put more time in on the next attempt. If you were wondering, this was the 4th attempt. This was definitely the furthest we came as Celestial takes down the Flygon, but now we got to take on Haxorus with literally no game plan, as our plan has been completely foiled as it does. And I'm just going to go all in on the Will-O-Wisp, potentially maiming the guillotine dinosaur, and we just get slapped in the face with an assurance, and that is just brutal. We've lost two on top of the Volcarona. So this is embarrassing for sure, but it really just does show this run, and really any monologue challenge that's going to be so specific and so narrow as far as the margins of victory are concerned. I'm really just going to have to max out EVs. I'm going to have to make sure attack damage or physical damage dealers need to be maxed out in that category, and then we also need to get those speed stats up, especially for the fire type, since we got to get in and get out because we can't really swap around. The cool thing about the grass types is there was so much utility with the sleep powders, and we even used some accuracy debuffs at some point, but we also had healing methods. There was just a lot more variety when it came to how you approach the situation, to where this is brute force. Like, you're going for those Darumaka sweeps, you're going for those really big Flareon Fire Fangs. Like, there's not too much utility. It's more just damage, power, go. So we do end up beating Drayden, but I'm going to go ahead and cancel the run right here, and let's boot up the 5th attempt. So rest easy, friends, and let's avenge you right here, right now. All right, how about the 5th attempt? And I'm just kidding. So for my 5th attempt, we got all the way to Cheren, and we lost to him again. So this is going to be our 6th and hopefully final attempt of this run. I am feeling good. I feel refreshed. We've lost so much. We've failed in so many different areas. We start this fight off with a critical hit. Aspertia here is going to be same kind of nicknames, but instead of Unova, I just gave us the starting town nickname here just to kind of differentiate the runs. And we also swapped over to the female character as the Pat Rat Falls. So Tepig is doing fantastic. Cheren's ace comes down. We know what we need to do here. We're just going to fish for the burn. We're going to burn the little puppy here. And there it is right off the top. So attempt number 6. On top of that, we got to keep in mind that we had 2 negative attack natures last time with the Darumaka and the Flareon, and that was super crippling. So that was the only run that we really made it far in, and on top of that, we had 2 really bad natures. So I think the Volcarona's nature was good, but speaking of Volcarona, we lost them literally right after we got them. So this run, let's use everything we learned from those failed first 5 attempts, but especially that 4th attempt, and let's put it into practice here. And I am just super excited and hopeful. Let's lock it down. So right there at Verbank Complex, we're just going to run in, grab the Growlithe with a Great Ball, and run right over to Roxy and see what she's up to. And with the same strat, with the Flame Charge workup combination, we take out the Coughing, we take out the Whirlipede, and we secure that 2nd gym badge. Thank you, Roxy. I appreciate it. Then we stop by Castelia Gardens and secure the EV encounter for that Flareon in this run. Very exciting stuff. Then we pop into the 3rd gym and rewatch A Bug's Life with Berg here as the Big Knight takes out the Levany, and on to the next encounter. That being the Darumaka you can find in the Sandstorm on the way to the desert resort there. We just chuck the nest ball and secure it, and fingers crossed for a positive speed or attack nature, at least not a negative one. Let's go. And then once again, we stop into Lost Thorn Forest for that Pansear encounter, chuck the nest ball and secure it. All right, and now for a quick look at the natures here. With the Pignite and Growlithe, we have neutral nature, so no problem there. Flareon's got a bonus special, but just loses its defense, so no problem there. And then for Pansear and for the Darumaka, we've got positive speed natures, which is just massive and such a huge improvement from the last run. So this is our 6th attempt. Let's keep it going. I have high hopes. Let's keep everybody alive. Let's do it. All right, it is time to take on Elisa once again here. 4th gym leader, electric-type Pokemon. Let's see if we can do this thing. The Emolga comes down, hungry as always, that cute little chipmunk. Castelia answers. We're leaning into a Fire Fang to get the party started. The Volt Switch comes across, and it does do a little bit of chip off the top, but no problem, as we knew the Flaffy was going to come down, and we actually one-shot crit the poor little sheep. Absolutely. The Emolga comes back for more, trying to avenge the fluffy little sheep. The Volt Switch comes down, but our special defense is really nice as we tank that again and are just above 50% HP. The Zeep Strike of the Ace comes down. A monstrous Fire Fang connects, leaving Zeep Strike in the red, but the berry gets her back to the orange or the yellow. We lean into a dig. We have to tank Pursuit, though. Our physical defense is really low, but no problem. We did not die to a critical there. The dig comes down and snipes the Zeep Strike, or what was left of her. That only leaves the Emolga, and I do believe we are dead to a Volt Switch crit. So we can roll it all, or we can swap straight into the Pignite, but we are going to tank one more here, and we hold on with a dozen HP, and the Emolga sidesteps the Fire Fang. The 5% mischance absolutely betraying us. We swap into Aspersia here. Our starter, the Pignite, comes in, tanks the Volt Switch, and our special defense is not nearly as good as the Flareon, but no problem here. We're going to lean into the Flame Charge, and really, we just have to dodge the critical there, which is nice, but really the paralysis right here so that we can be faster on the second Flame Charge. And no paralysis comes down. A little bit of leftovers to help us out, and we lean into that second Flame Charge, claiming the 4th gym badge. And now we need to prepare for Clay and make sure we get out of there without losing anybody. All right, this time not only do we get the air balloon so that we can dodge the bulldoze for that pivot against the crocodile, but we secure the fire punch for our fire pig, and that is going to help us so much in the fight against Clay. All right, I could not for the life of me get a citrus berry from the Audinos that I was training on. So we're just going to roll this with an Oran Berry, and hopefully that works out. Really, the pivotal moment is when the Crocodile here is going to use Bulldoze and hurt our Fire Monkey. We needed it to go in for another Bulldoze. And since we only have an Oran Berry, it might just pivot to a Crunch, and that could be everything. But Lost Lorn comes down. We get the Yawn. We're doing the same strat we did last time and see if we can get out a lot cleaner this time. We dodge the critical, which is absolutely pivotal. We heal with the Oran Berry, and now to stall that last turn of Yawn, we need the Crocodile, or Krokorok, I should say, to go for the Bulldoze, and he does. And now he falls asleep, and it is all up to Pignite now. The baton has been passed. One workup comes down, and we are still fast asleep on the opponent's side. Beautiful stuff. The second workup comes down. The Fire Pig is feeling it. And now, right here, we have to make a decision. Do we roll the Flame Charge, get the +1 attack, or do we get a little bit greedy and chance it for one more workup? And if we do, we might be able to one-shot the Sand Slash and not even have to deal with the critical hit Bulldoze. So that's what we're going to do. We go for the +3, and the Krokorok is still sleeping on the job. Absolutely beautiful stuff. So now we're going to be +1 speed, +3 attack, and I don't believe this Sand Slash is going to be able to tank a stab Fire Punch on top of all of our attack and speed EVs. So we're really staying on top of it for this run. I don't want to reset. I don't want to go back, and I don't want to make any stupid mistakes. So let's make this 6th attempt our final one as the Excadrill comes down and is just a parting gift. Absolutely. Clay is defeated. That is 5 gyms down. We got 3 left, and I am looking for Drayden. I want to make sure we secure that Dragon Gym with no issues, no silliness, and reversal mount. And I'm looking at you. We're not going to have any Volcarona casualties this time. This could be the run. But as far as this video goes, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.